Hey, what is going on, you broccoli loving beauty? Today, we're taking a look at another card from Celebrations, another new card that is that Zacian V, and it has the attack Storm Slash. We don't really use that. The only thing we really utilize from the Zacian V, I actually used Storm Slash once. It wasn't good though. We lost that game pretty handily. We were not even close game. So you don't want to be attacking with Zacian V. You just want to be using its ability on your first turn. Sometimes second turn it can actually come up, or even later in the game where we use it, but usually just kind of on the first turn, and that is the Roar of the Sword. Once on your turn, you may search your deck for a Psychic Energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So we're only trying to use it on the first turn as well, and we use it to try and get an extra energy in play. We don't actually always put it on the Sylveon, because sometimes we go like capture energy to Sylveon, and we get the Zacian, and then we bench an Urshifu, and then we actually put the extra energy on the Urshifu because we can utilize the Rapid Strike energy to fill the rest of the energy cost for the Sylveon or the Urshifu. So we don't want to like attach 3 single energies, or maybe like a capture, and then we put the psychic on the Sylveon through the Roar of the Sword, and then we attach the Rapid Strike energy because then we have too much energy there. So we usually like to split up 2 energy on our first turn, whether that be like a Rapid Strike energy on a Sylveon and then a Roar of the Sword on another Sylveon, or even the Ditto. Now, one thing you might bring up, and this is why we play the Ditto, is, well, Zacian's psychic type as well. So if we have Sylveon VMAX as our attacker, and then we have Zacian V on the bench, we can't kind of have another Zacian or Sylveon V on the bench as well, because then we're hurting our damage output from the Max Harmony. And that is true. Not all situations do we need to be doing max damage with Max Harmony. If we do 30 less and we're only hitting for 190, that still hit KOs all the VMAXs. But on that first turn, second turn, early on in the game, we want the potential to be able to one-hit KO V Pokemon, or even stuff like, I guess, Suicune A and Zacian are Vs as well, but those are not, they're not going to become VMAX. But we want to be able to one-hit KO V Pokemon. So we want to be able to have a full bench of different types so that the Max Harmony is doing 220 damage. And that's where the Ditto comes in, because we can put Ditto on our bench, and then we can put energy on it to make it eventually become a Sylveon VMAX by using its ability V Transformation, where it can become any V Pokemon in our discard pile. So we have this on our bench, so we have 5 different types. Ditto becomes another type through this colorless type. And then they knock out our Sylveon VMAX. We had Ditto on the bench with let's say a capture energy. So we send up the Ditto to the active. We use its ability, make it a Sylveon V. Then we evolve it to the VMAX, attach a Rapid Strike energy. And then we're swinging with a Sylveon VMAX again for the same amount of damage. So that is our strategy. That is our out to, keeping our bench full, still doing 220 damage, but while still being able to chain Sylveon VMAXs as well. That's how we do that. So we can play this Ditto in here to give us that option. And then the rest of it's pretty similar to most Rapid Strike lists. I don't play the Blaziken. I found the early energy acceleration through the Zacian kind of makes up for that potential mid-game acceleration through the Blaziken, but I could definitely see going back to Blaziken to try it out. And, maybe it is worth playing the Blaziken, but I found that this works pretty well. Just having the Zacian in here alongside the Sylveon and the Urshifu, but then we needed another type, and we wanted to add something that gives us more utility, so I added in the Rayquaza VMAX. It's just for the Azure Pulse. I was going to say pretty much just for the Azure Pulse ability, but we literally can't attack with Max Burst unless we want to do 20 damage. Actually, we can't even attack with Max Burst at all, because these don't provide Rainbow Energy. They provide Fighting and Water. So we literally can't attack with Max Burst at all. I always forget that. It only provides Fighting and Water. So it's literally only in here for the ability. We only used it for the ability. It's just extra draw power. And it's a different type on the bench. It becomes Dragon Type. It's a Rapid Strike Pokemon, so we can search it out with Octillery. It has Free Retreat through the Tower of Waters. It just synergizes with a lot of the cards in the deck. And we need another type on our bench, so may as well put some draw power in there. It's been working out really smooth so far. And yeah, that's the list. The new addition, the Zacian V, has been really, really good so far. Not only do we have that in there, but we've also gone up to 4 Fog Crystals. So now we have 4 Quick Ball, 4 Fog Crystal, and 3 Capture Energy to help us find a basic Pokemon early on. That really helps us set up really smooth to get out a turn 2 Sylveon VMAX with plenty of energy in play to have plenty of follow-up options, or just chain Sylveon VMAXs over and over until the game is over as well. That also works pretty often. And that's the list. Let's go ahead. Let's get into some games. Got the coin flip dub, so we're going to be going first. We got the Urshifu Star. We actually have a really, really good hand here. This is where the Fog Crystals come in big, because it gives us so many more search cards on our first turn. We're going to be able to set up a lot of things here on this first turn. We're up against the Dragapult VMAX, and we get out like a turn 2 Octillery. Yeah, we can have a really good, and 2 Mulligans. Oh my gosh. We can have a really, really good turn 1 here. Let's go with some Fog Crystals. Gonna find ourselves the Sylveon. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach the Capture Energy active, actually, because I don't want the Capture Energy on the Sylveon, because they could play Fan of Waves. So I want to get the Psychic Energy on the Sylveon. We're going to go ahead and get the Remoraid, eventually the Sylveon V, play this Fog Crystal, get ourselves the Zacian, and then we do want to get a Ray into play as well. The thing is, what do we want to Quick Ball? And I think I'm going to Quick Ball away one of the auxiliaries. We do have the 2 in the hand, and this kind of will tell my opponent that I have an auxiliary in hand or I have an evolution incense. More likely the auxiliary than the evolution incense, because I'd probably want to keep the auxiliary and give her something else. So that will kind of tell that to my opponent. But I don't think it's like the end of the world or anything. So I kind of give them that tell a little bit there. I think we'll be okay. And yeah, really ridiculous turn 1. The mulligans definitely helped out quite a bit. It wasn't just the fact that we play Fog Crystal and we play Zacian, of course. The 2 mulligans there were really good as well. But our hand was really good besides that. We would have been able to get basically everything else. We drew into what, the Sylveon VMAX and something else off the mulligans. It's also, I could have maybe quick balled the quick ball there. I like the idea of keeping the other quick ball around though, because it gives us more outs to Crobat as the game kind of develops and we go throughout the game. So that's why I want to keep the other quick ball around. Comes a Tool Jammer, and they attached active here actually instead of to the bench, risking me potentially knocking out their active. When we got the energy, we're missing the VMAX and we're missing a way to move our Urshifu. We have plenty of both those outs in the deck. Let's see if we can find them. Energy going to come down here. Going to go ahead and play the Fog Crystal, thin out the other Zacian. Oh, another Zacian isn't here. Could thin out the Sylveon. We do need to get Crobat or Ditto into the discard or into the play. I think I will thin out the Sylveon here and just put it in the discard pile. I'm going to go ahead and play the research, and we're looking for that switch card. VMAX. We got it all. Wow. Insane. Oh my gosh. Insane draw. So we got VMAX, VMAX the Ray. We're going to have VMAX the Sylveon VMAX. We got the Tower of Water. We got the Evolution Incense. We can get the Octillery out as well. Just kind of a crazy draw here. And I do want to put Ditto in play. So I need to discard something here, but I don't want to discard the Rapture Energy. I don't want to discard the Crobat. So I think I'm going to try and find something off this. Yeah, we can get rid of we can probably get rid of the Ray VMAX. I probably want to keep the Urshifu VMAX around instead. So I can grab the Ray VMAX. Discard it with the quick ball, grab the Ditto, and this was the risk of my opponent attaching to the actives. I can just like KO their active here, and we did get it. They didn't need to attach to the active. They could have attached to the bench Dragapult, and we get the punish here, knock out the Dragapult V with the energy. And they do play Raihan, but I don't think with a 1-card hand they're going to be able to set up a Raihan play to actually knock or to be able to attack this turn. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're attacking this turn. I think we have this one not locked up. We have this turn locked up. It is possible to still lose this game, but we are really far ahead at this point thanks to my opponent making the mistake, to be honest. If it wasn't for my opponent making that mistake, the game would be a lot closer. But they go with that attachment on the active, and they get punished for it pretty much immediately. And now we're just in a really, really good spot. And yeah, we are in a really, really good spot. And oh, they're going with the Drizzile chain as well. So they're not going to have any options for Drizziles after they play their draw supporter, which I'm sure this last card is in their hand, or this last Drizzile might go ahead and grab them. Okay, there's the research. They have 1 card left in hand. Is the Evolution Incense, so here comes the VMAX. Yeah, don't do this kind of Drizzile chaining. They could have Drizzile chained out 1 extra Drizzile. Even that I wouldn't have done, especially when you're going to go play a research. You're probably going to draw into an out to a Drizzile, so you can have double Drizzile in play anyways, which can become your 2 quick shooting on the following turn. But you really just want to make sure you have outs to Drizziles on future turns, so that way you can, because Drizzile is such a big part of the engine of the deck to find cards. So you really want to make sure you have Drizziles or Sobbles to become Drizziles. You don't want to just have a bunch of Drizzile in play immediately. You want Sobbles to become Drizziles, so you have that as an option. Now we see this quick shooting from my opponent, or not quick shooting, a Zigzagoon ping, and they discarded energy with the quick ball, so this makes you think they have to have an energy in hand unless they've made a mistake here. There's a switch. They're gonna go ahead and run to a what? No energy. They quick balled an energy and then whiffed the energy. Wow. Definitely a pretty big mistake from my opponent. I top deck an escape rope, which I think I am gonna go with here. We'll see what they send up, and I'm probably gonna go to KO double Drizzile this turn. Take away the outs of Intelliance. Well, now that they send this up though, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the Dragapult. Because then we can actually go with an Urshifu to knock out this, plus like the Goon or one of these Drizziles on the following turn. So we're just going to send up my towers still in play, so anything with free retreat. And then we're just going to go ahead and retreat back. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach. Yeah, attach here. And there's the concede from my opponent. No surprise there. Definitely was very... yeah, they didn't know. They should have... I put their energy on their Dragapults. Here we go again, going second this time. Got the Ditto start, and the rest of the hand is pretty rough, actually, to be honest. The rest of the hand is not looking good. So hopefully we top deck a Marnie, I think would probably be like our best top deck here. Then we can just like switch out a Sylveon with the Fog Crystal, put the Rapid Strike energy on it, kind of go from there. We are up against the Surfing Pikachu VMAX. So it's going to be interesting. They spread 30 damage to our bench probably. They do 160 to the active and spread 30 to the bench. So that damage can start to stack up pretty fast. Oh, pretty heavy Path to the Peak. So Disruption build as well. Snorlax is also in here, which is interesting. So Quick Ball for Crobat's not going to be a top deck out anymore because of Path to the Peak. Oh, it's going to be a slow one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just play the Fog Crystal. I'm going to grab a Sylveon V. Throw it down. I'm going to play one of these Evolution Incense and just grab out a Sylveon VMAX. Attach and pass. Maybe our opponent has to play Marnie next turn. I'm sure they don't want to play Marnie, especially after seeing how my start went. I'm sure they're not trying to play the Marnie at all. So they probably won't Marnie us here. We're hoping they do Marnie us here, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's the Evolution Incense. There's the big Peak VMAX, but they need to pull off the Melanie as well. They don't have any water in the discard pile yet, I believe. Yeah, no water in the discard pile yet, so they need to find like a Quick Ball, get rid of that. Melanie, also a way to move. Oh, Telescopic Sight. I completely forgot. Yeah, they can play Telescopic Sight. Yeah, here comes just like the Snorlax to draw some more cards. So they'll probably be attacking next turn. We did top deck a Karina's Focus. Got the VMAX, got the Energy. Play the Evolution Incense. I'm just going to fail it and then play the Karina's Focus. It's got 310 HP, so just out of range. Got some things that we can use to evolve next turn. Just out of range. And yeah, unfortunately, we can't Crobat. Just out of range of a Gale Thrust from knocking it out. So we just need, we're like 10 damage short on the Gale Thrust getting the KO. So we need to like hit it. We're gonna have to hit it twice here. Here comes the switch, and my Ditto is still stuck in the active, which is actually, oh, they Marnie us here though. So big help out from my opponent actually. Definitely, I mean, I don't know, they're attacking. I've been doing nothing. I guess I did top deck. I did play Karina's Focus that turn, but even then, if I was my opponent, I don't think I would have Marnied there. We really weren't looking for too much more that turn on their turn. Yeah, what I do, like Karina's Focus for 3 and then didn't even move or hit, like, yeah, probably didn't draw a whole ton, you know, probably didn't draw a whole ton. Okay, Quick Ball away the boss. Gonna go ahead and start setting up this Ursh then, get this thing rolling. Got the Artillery to work with as well in the future, and we actually really need to move this Ditto. Research here. Oh, maybe what I should, we can't move our Ditto. Oh no, what I could have done is actually discarded. I could have discarded Urshifu or some Rapid Strike Pokemon, and then I could have Artillery for the Stadium and then be able to use V Transformation and then move it. Now I can't do that. So that would have been the play probably. Now we're kind of a little bit stuck again. We go ahead and use the Rapid Strike search. I don't think I might just evolve to a Rayquaza to have that as an option on the following turn, but getting the Stadium right now doesn't really do anything. I don't have any Rapid Strike Pokemon in my discard pile, so we're just gonna have to let them get the KO on the Ditto and then spread another 60 to my bench. I guess there's 30 to the Artillery, but even then, that's a lot of free damage that my opponent is getting to put out. So this is not good for us. We're not in a good spot at all here. My opponent is definitely very much in the lead at this point. And we're just gonna kind of have to, yeah, we're sitting through this. We're We're taking the hits. Nothing we can do about it. See, they only do 160. They don't KO me. We definitely just need to hit the active. We're hitting it for a decent amount here. Got the evolution here. I could play the Fog Crystal. Go ahead and grab myself a fresh Sylveon. I don't have to bench it. I kind of do want to bench it and attach to it, so I have the option to go into Sylveon or the Urshifu on the next turn. So I am going to go bench. I am going to go Rapid Strike Search or Rapid Strike Energy. Yeah, put that on the Sylveon. Just have the option to go into Urshifu or the Sylveon. I think I am going to attack with Urshifu next turn, but I just want the option. Make sure I have the option. Give myself that option. I think we're just attacking. I think we're doing 160. Urshifu will KO this next turn. So I think we're just we have all the options in the hand. We have literally every supporter we play in the hand. I don't want to Marnie them as well. If we want to aggressively Marnie them, then we would go for the Marnie right now. But that's not something we're looking to do. We're looking to just hit. Because we're not looking to aggressively Marnie. We're just going to hold the hand. That way we have every option on the following turn. We have the option of every single supporter. We don't need anything else this turn. You don't have to play a supporter every turn. We can just wait and be like, well, we had everything we need this turn, and then we have all the options for next turn, right? We could research, we could Marnie, we could boss, we could Karina's focus, whatever one we want to do. Karina's focus would be like, well, we want to hold all the options for the following turn, so we'll do that. We want to disrupt our opponent's hand, so we Marnie. We want to boss because we want to focus something else that's in play. Then we go with the boss. It depends on what actually happens on the turn with which one we want to go with. And so far, Max Surf from the Big Peak. Okay, what do we want to do here? We got the Tower of Flowing Waters now. Everything is hurting in play. We definitely want to hit up the Blastoise. I think we want to hit KO the active, hit up the Blastoise with our Urshifu VMAX. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go Stadium. And then I think we're going to go with the Marnie play. I will evolve this other VMAX as well. And then I think I will go with the... Well, they didn't get the VMAX themselves, so maybe I don't want a Marnie yet. I could just burn this, play Karina's focus, draw some more cards, have more options. Use this, grab nothing, play that. I kind of like this. And then Karina's focus, well... Do I like, how much do I like it? I'm gonna go with the Ursh. We could go with the boss play to like bring up a Snorlax to stall. And then I could even, yeah, I kind of like the stall play a little bit more. It'd force my opponent to have like another switch card to like even do anything on the next turn. Because this thing has 120 HP left. Then we hit up this thing as well with the Ursh. Okay, so let's go with that boss. Let's go with this boss stall play. And I'm actually gonna use the artillery beforehand because we got everything we needed. So we just need to grab this Rapid Strike energy. And then I'm going to use Rayquaza as well. We lose all these supporters, but I want the option for another boss to potentially chase the Blastoise on the next turn. So we're going to go with the Rayquaza, draw some new cards. Remoraid, don't really need to bench that. Then retreat, and yeah, G-Max. Snorlax might get stuck in the active here. Take this knockout, take that hit. And then if we can get, we have the way to retreat already in the Tower of Waters. We can find another one off the artillery if we have to. So we just need to make sure we can actually knock out. I believe we have Crobat left. There's the energy as well. We need the energy as well. So we just need boss at this point. And we have Crobat left, I believe, so that can help us draw a bunch of cards as well. Bring this thing up, knock it out. I don't know what this thing does and it has as an attack, to be honest. They're coming up here. They're being pretty aggressive. They don't have the VMAX, though, like I said. They didn't VMAX last turn, so that means they probably don't have it in the hand here. Or I would assume another... They play 3 Snorlax. They play a lot of Snorlax. Here comes the research, thinned out the deck. Now they're digging for the VMAX. Does it win them the game? I don't know what the VMAX does. 120, 30 to 2 of the bench, so they can do KO this. Oh, they actually KO. Oh my gosh. And we're taking the L here to the Blastoise VMAX Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu VMAX deck in the end. I was like, I don't remember what it does. It does a lot to the active. It does more to the active than I thought it did. But I don't think there was another route to have really taken there. I think that was still the route we had to go. Just didn't end up working out for us in the end. Going second again. But we got a pretty good start. We have actually a really good start. We're going to open the Rayquaza. This is generally what I like to open if I have an option of pretty much anything. Rayquaza is usually what I go to because I don't really mind if I lose the Rayquaza. Definitely mind a little bit more about losing everything else. We're up against Coalossal VMAX. It's been a while since I played against Coalossal. So hitting hard with Sylveon VMAX is going to be the name of the game in this one for sure, just because we just don't want to we're not trying to whiff damage. We're not trying to whiff knockouts because Coalossal VMAX plays a decent amount of healing. I'm sure my opponent's playing a decent amount of healing. All the Coalossal VMAX lists I've seen for like this format, which isn't a ton to be honest, but they all play that a little bit heavier on the healing. Okay, so let's get that Ditto down. Quick ball away, a research. Gonna go ahead and grab myself the Remoraid. I really want that in play, and then we can Fall Crystal for the Zacian. A really good start. We lose the Crobat. It's like the only thing that kind of hurts here to lose is this Crobat, but it's really not the end of the world. We'll survive with losing a Crobat. Got the energy attachments that we're looking for as well, and the Evolution Incest can get us the Artillery next turn. So attach here, and then oh yeah, we should be able to get energy off the Roar of the Sword. Probably just gonna put all the energy here on the Sylveon V. I don't really feel a reason, see a reason. I don't think there's a reason to kind of split them up. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them all over here, get this thing set up, ready to go in the next turn. And yeah, we're set up for a good turn 2 here. We are short 1 card though. We got the Rayquaza VMAX. Oh, it doesn't really matter. We got the Artillery here, and we can get the switch card to move the Rayquaza VMAX, but then we don't have the Sylveon VMAX. So we probably have to start with, then they might put a Path to the Peak in play. I don't know if they, oh, Crushing Hammer. Another thing we have to deal with now all of a sudden. Okay, things just got a lot worse. And there's the Path to the Peak. Yeah, things just got a lot worse. Oh my gosh, so much worse. This is going to be tough now. Vitality Band is interesting. They get to hit us for what now? 140. I feel like I just do a whole ton. I'm curious as to why they play the... Okay, top deck Stadium is huge. There's a big top deck there. Gonna evolve. Gonna go ahead and get ourselves the artillery. And then take a look through the deck real fast. Grab the Octo. But the Crushing Hammers are going to be annoying, that's for sure. Tower of Waters. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and draw with Azure Pulse. And then, yeah, just going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to play this. I could thin out the other Sylveon, but I kind of want to leave it in the deck just in case. But I could thin it out. I don't think I'm going to need it. I can always bench Urshifu here anyway. So, yeah, we should be able to thin this out, actually. And then, yeah, Azure Pulse. Looking for the VMAX or an energy or a draw supporter, to be honest. We could just draw into a draw supporter off this. That could find us one, but there's the VMAX. Get the energy off the artillery. And I do want to hit them as hard as possible. They got stone energy. I guess buff padding is something we're not going to have to worry about, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Marnie first, though, because we could draw into the energy or the Urshifu, and then I could get the other one off the artillery. We got the Urshifu, so now we can get the energy off the artillery, like I said. And that really opened up our options a little bit, right? So we can maximize our damage here because, yeah, once again, they could be playing a lot of healing. They could be playing a little bit of healing. This, that. We know that they play Crushing Hammer, so that's something we're playing around. Or I guess it's hard to play around it. We know what's coming. We know the potential of the Crushing Hammer is on the way, so we got to keep the Rapid Strike energy coming. Hope they don't get too many heads. Here comes another one. Another heads. Oh, my gosh. All right, and they got the 2-hit KO set up on us as well. This is not good. We might want to run to the Urshifu next turn to get the KO here. We'd be doing minus... Oh, no. Minus 40. Okay, but they chased my Rayquaza here, actually. So I actually... This is really good for us. I think that was definitely a mistake for my opponent. They should have hit this thing really hard. Well, maybe they don't have any cards in hand, though. They're going for the prize cards aggressively here. But now we get to get this KO with our Sylveon VMAX. Go to the Ursh. Bench the Ray. All right. Quick ball away at Capture Energy. Thin out the other Remoraid, I think, is going to be the thing to thin out here. Plenty of energy. Play the Research. And then we're looking for the Rapid Strike energy so we get Octillery for potentially something else. We got that. So we can just use Octillery. There's nothing really to grab. We can grab the Ray, I guess. Ray for next turn. Go to the hand. Then Rapid Strike energy and go ahead and swing. Knock out this Coalossal. We're going to get 3 prize cards, but there's another Coalossal on the way that we're going to have to deal with. But I think we're set up pretty well to be able to handle it. We need to make sure we can attack twice here with the Sylveon VMAX into the Coalossal. And hopefully no more Crushing Hammer heads from my opponent. Oh, yeah. Hopefully no more Crushing. They've already got 2. Now they get 2 tails. I guess they could play Fan of Waves, but Fan of Waves doesn't hurt us too much. We do have the Rapid Strike Search, and we're not going to have to find anything else in these coming up turns, so we should just be able to like freely go chase that energy turn after turn. Here comes a Stone Energy. They are going to be able to hit us. Once again, they can hit us for that 140. I don't get why they want to hit us for 140, though. I don't get the... They hit us for 140, but like... What does that set up? I'm like curious as to what that sets up for them. Because I assume it does something for them. That's why they play it, but... I can't figure out what it is. I can't figure out what this 140 is doing. Maybe they can get to a 2-hit KO on a VMAX through it somehow. 130, 140 with the Vitality Band. 280. They're still 30 damage short or 40 damage short against a 320 HP VMAX. So they're still short on damage. I feel like pretty consistently. Okay, another Stone Energy. Go ahead and throw this down. I am gonna attack with this. I don't think I'm scared of getting knocked out. I feel like I should be, and I guess you know what? We maybe should be. We maybe should be, but I don't know what we'd be scared of. So I'm gonna throw this down here. Quick ball with Urshifu VMAX. Grab nothing. And the only Rapid Strike card I would need for the turn would be a Rayquaza to set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that now because I don't want to draw into it off the Karina's Focus because then there's nothing else to Rapid Strike search for anyway. So this increases my chances of finding non-Rapid Strike cards. I'm running Karina's Focus for 5. Got some boss options for next turn. Pretty good hand. Could go be a little bit more aggressive about thinning out the deck here, though. Evolution Incense. Grab this Octillery. And then I'm going to quick ball that away. I don't have anything to search for with it. And then go ahead and grab that. Increase our chances of our top deck being a little bit better. Maybe like the Marnie or something would be good. And I think we're holding the rest. And then just going with that Max Harmony for 180. And they only have 150 HP left. So if we get a boss, which we have in the hand, and even if they get a Crushing Hammerheads here on the Rapid Strike energy, we can search another one out with the Rapid Strike Search. I guess they could go, well, we could always set up like the other Sylveon, but actually the other Sylveon would be doing 30 less damage. Actually, 150 is just enough. So doing 150 next turn would be just enough damage to get the knockout. There's the path to the peak, but we can always use Rapid Strike Search to get the Tower of Waters. I guess if I need a Tower of Waters, okay, there's a Cheryl. Okay, so they do play healing. I was like, do they? They do. Now I'm kind of scared. Maybe I should have gone with Boss actually. Because did I even play a supporter this turn? I played Karina's Focus, right? Eruption Shot, but only for 50. So they're like whiffing off the top here. Yeah, things just got interesting. That's for sure. Things just got interesting. We are no longer in the great spot we were once in. Wow. What do I want to do? We can go with, I think this is what I'm going to go with here. I don't know what I'm going to go with here. Yeah, I'm stuck on this one, to be honest. I was like, I think we got this one locked up. No longer have it locked up. Power flowing. I could I have gone boss? I forget. Did I play Karina's Focus last turn? I think I did, right? Yeah. So I could have used Rayquaza's ability to try and find a boss and go boss. Yeah, Cheryl makes a lot of sense in their deck. We do have Escape Rope left, which we could try and utilize here. Maybe I shouldn't have used... Well, no, I have to use Rapid Strike Search if I want to use Azure Pulse. So I have to grab the tower now and then use Azure Pulse. We have Escape Rope and a boss left, and we also have a Research and a couple Marnies. So I'm going to throw this down. I think we're going to use Azure Pulse here. We're not going to use... What's it called? Yet. And we're going to try and KO 2 things off the bench, because otherwise I could just walk into another Cheryl, which we don't want to do. So Azure Pulse here. We don't have Octillery to find the Rapid Strike energy, so we might just have to hit their active and hope they don't find an energy. Found Switch Boss. No, this is not what we wanted. We could run for a turn. My opponent needs Energy Boss. I mean, they only need energy here, and that makes me really scared. So I think I want to run for a turn to the Rayquaza. Unless there's anything else I could run to. Not really. They have 3 prize cards left. Yeah, let's run for a turn to the Ray. And then I may as well Roar of the Sword. There's no energy to grab, but... Okay, pass over to my opponent. Yeah, I really don't want to leave this in the active for my opponents to be like, okay, Guru and Energy to the top, knockout. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, Cheryl, that's pretty good. And yeah, they could definitely have another Cheryl, so I think we do want to aggressively play around that and not play into them potentially having another Cheryl. Because if we just hit... I mean, yeah. They just hit and they have a Cheryl again. That's pretty annoying. There's a Zapdos V. Oh, that sets up for a 2-hit KO through the Eruption Shot if they have the Vitality Bands. Okay, so this is where they can go, actually, Coalossal into Zapdos V and go Vitality Band. That does seem like a lot, though. Oh my gosh, another... Oh, you know what I could have done? I can't do this anymore. We should have attached to the Urshifu, because I could have won by going KO Crobat, KO Oranguru with G-Max Rapid Flow, actually. That's what I should have done here. I didn't have an energy last turn, though, I believe. Unless I messed that up. I did discard the energy, but I wanted to keep open the option of the Rapid Strike energy. But I probably should have just attached to the Urshifu and set it for a G-Max Rapid Flow to go KO Crobat, KO Oranguru. That's what I should have done. I don't know what I was thinking there, to be honest. I completely forgot about that play. They've had the Crobat in play for a while here. Like, that's just been in play. Okay. Still not looking great. We're still in the game, though. There's the energy top deck. But this is like my last energy. So if they get another... They've gotten 3 Crushing Hammer heads so far, but they're out of Crushing Hammers. Okay, we're going to go attach here. And then... Boss... One of the Gurus seems best, actually. Because that takes away a Primate Wisdom, which could be the difference maker here. I don't think it will be the difference maker here, but it could be. Treat... and then Azure Pulse, I think. I could Octillery first, see if there's anything to grab. There's not. I think we're looking for the Marnie here. Yeah, I think I would like to Marnie here, because they've had access to this hand. It's 4 cards for 4 cards, but... oh, I can't use Marnie. I was like, I want a Marnie here. Wait, we've already played our supporter for the turn. And I could have won this turn if I had attached to the Guru or the Urshifu, but I'm sure they would have used that Crushing Hammer heads on my Urshifu. So to be honest, in this situation, it would have been the same situation, because if they see me have an energy on my Urshifu, I'm sure if they got Crushing Hammer heads there, they wouldn't remove it from a Sylveon that they don't mind. It goes to the active anyways, and they would have removed it from my Urshifu. So to be honest, because they got the Crushing Hammer heads, even if I had attached the Capture Energy to my Urshifu, we would have been in the same spot. And also, it does make it so if I went for the capture energy play, it does make it so that a Crushing Hammer Heads or even a Fan of Waves puts us in a bad spot, to be honest. So I still don't hate having played it this way, to be honest. I still don't hate. Wait, do we have an energy left? We should have a capture energy. We actually have a psychic left as well. So hopefully they're not the last. I'm pretty sure there's a capture in the deck. I mean, I don't hate having played it this way that I did, because we played a little bit more aggressively to try and get a KO this turn with the Urshifu or on the previous turn. And if I don't do that, then Fan of Waves or Crushing Hammer Heads, like my opponent did get, would actually put us in a spot where all of a sudden we still have to take 2 knockouts the way we're currently taking 2 knockouts, or 3 prize cards, I guess. We're taking 3 knockouts because we're going to go KO Guru at the end of this, but it's still two extra turns anyway. So it doesn't really make a difference that it ended up playing out this way. And actually, this way is maybe a little bit safer to play around other cards. Oh, wait, they get rid of my energy with the Thunderous Kick. I forgot about the energy discard. I mean, could I have done anything else? I could have attached and passed and then gone for the boss knockout. Maybe that was the play instead here at the end anyways. I can't attack anymore. I completely forgot. Oh, wait, we did prize our last 2 energy anyways. So we would have had to... Yeah, wow. I thought we had a capture left. Oh, no, they're here. My energy are literally on my bench. Yeah, we're out of attack. We can't attack anymore. Well, I'm not going to lie. I messed this one up just a tad. And we're going to go ahead and concede, and that's going to do it. But I still hope you guys enjoyed the games with the Urshifu deck. And if you did, give the video a like. If you're enjoying the content and want to see me misplay more, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.